the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And coming up on the news at noon, Amazon's new headquarters has its grand opening in Arlington, what we've learned from the ceremony. And later, Loudoun County Public Schools has new guidance on handling sexual assaults, how the district is planning to implement this new system. Plus, a house goes up in flames in Montgomery County, how much damage was caused by this massive fire, and what officials know so far about what started it. And good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. My goodness, we got to talk about the weather at the start of the show. Meteorologist Damon Matson joins us now with the latest check in the forecast. Damon, it's sunny. Feels like it's getting a little warm, but change is on the way.
Yeah, we've been staying on our toes. These weather conditions have been interesting, changing day to day, and right now we're into a little bit of a lull, a calmness, if you will, behind yesterday's brief rainfall. Temperatures soaring through the 70s as we approach and get into the afternoon here now. Yeah, upper 70s, close to 80 already in Waldorf, D.C., Fredericksburg. There it is, an 80-degree reading in Lexington Park, and then we have low to mid 70s as you go back north and west into some of the higher terrain. And with how sunny it continues to be, well, those temperatures will continue to climb as we go throughout the day. Nothing much happening around the mid-Atlantic into the northeast. Now, we can already see, though, yet another low pressure center that is dropping out of the Great Lakes, and this is eventually going to swing in with a cold front as we get into the day tomorrow. That's something to note as things will get active once again. Now, unfortunately, because of the way these storm systems are tracking, once again, you may notice a little milky look to the sky. Oh yes, those wildfires have not stopped in parts of Canada, and we're wrapping some of that smoke back around these storm systems. So it should not impact our air quality all that much as we go throughout the day today. But like I just mentioned, you're going to notice a little bit more of a filtered sunshine, if anything else, through the rest of the afternoon. And at the end of the day, that's going to prevent us from getting too warm overall. Here you go. As we go into the 3, 4, 5 o'clock hours, we will be reaching up into the middle 80s. The good news here is that the air is dry enough that it will not be feeling humid to go along with these warmer temperatures. So all in all, looking like a fantastic rest of your Thursday rolling on ahead. Now, that storm system, like I mentioned, it's going to hold its strength as it tracks toward the DMV tomorrow. When should we be expecting some showers and thunderstorms to track through on your Friday? And could a few of those storms end up turning severe? We'll have a check of your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. We're new this afternoon. We're getting our first look at Amazon's grand opening of its second headquarters at Met Park down in Arlington. The HQ2 campus is slated to bring thousands of new jobs and dozens of new restaurants to Crystal City. According to the Washington Post, the project has also increased the cost of living for people currently living in Arlington. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin is speaking at today's ribbon-cutting ceremony along with several Amazon leaders.
I particularly want to thank Amazon for your commitment to the community. $160 million is an extraordinary amount of money. And it's an extraordinary representation of what Amazon stands for. Thank you. We celebrate this partnership. This partnership is building a better and a brighter future right here in Virginia.
Well, while today's grand opening is closed to the general public, we're going to take you behind the scenes of HQ2 right here on DC News Now, and that's starting at 4 p.m. And we have new details today in Prince George's County. We have video showing a person of interest in Tuesday's deadly shooting. Investigators are looking for this man on your screen. He was seen walking on Parkway Terrace Drive and later was seen running back down the drive in the opposite direction. The shooting happened on Silver Hill Road in Suitland. Police found 27-year-old Keith Bennett shot several times. A $25,000 reward is being offered in this case. If you have any information, you are asked to contact police. Developing now, 3 shootings leaves 3 men injured in Southwest D.C. Police say that one of the victims is in critical condition. The shootings happened along Atlantic Avenue, Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue, and 14th Street. Police have not said if the incidents are connected. Anyone with information is asked to give them a call. Well, D.C.'s mayor is extending the deadline for people interested in submitting tips and suggestions for the district's new police chief. We now have until tomorrow. The extension comes As we learned, the number of violent crimes has increased 20% compared to this time last year, and that's according to D.C. data. We spoke with some neighbors who are already weighing in on what they want.
I know the chief did what he could, but if you know there's something that's not working, then you need to bring others in to help to make it even better.
I would like to see someone for the people. I think it's long overdue.
And happening tonight at 6 p.m., a teletown hall will be held for residents to talk about their priorities for the district's next police chief. In our schools, a teacher in Prince George's County is facing child pornography charges. Officials say that he tried to get a 14-year-old student to send him inappropriate photos through Snapchat. Police say that Jose Ariana is a teacher at the James Madison Middle School in Upper Marlboro. Officials say after the 33-year-old asked the student for photos, she blocked him and told her parents. Police say that he admitted in an email to asking the student if she could send him the photos. Officials say that the teacher got the student's number from a group text with his class. Police say that he had been texting her for 2 weeks. If convicted, he could face up to 10 years in prison. Meantime, Loudoun County has taken a new approach to policing on campus. School resource officers are getting more training, and school officials are getting a new set of guidelines when it comes to handling sexual assault cases. This all comes after 2 sexual assaults on campus in the last 2 years. Our Randy Bass takes a closer look.
Those sexual assaults and the following fallout from school leaders made national headlines. The district is required by law to update its policies with law enforcement every 2 years, and a lot has happened since the last change. Now the school system has a new superintendent and a new take on how to handle sexual assaults. Let's break it down. Some updated language in the policy says the school district can't wait until a police investigation is complete before starting its own investigation. Officers are going to get training in cultural competence and advanced crisis intervention techniques. That also includes trauma-informed training. The school board chair says it's important for both Leesburg police officers and Loudoun County deputies to know how to work with students who are survivors of sexual assault. It's a policy change welcomed by parents in the county.
I support anything that they're going to do to assure that the events that have happened in the past 2 years or so don't happen again.
Additional training for any of the school resource officers is never a bad thing in my mind, especially when you're dealing with something as sensitive as sexual assault or sexual harassment.
Moving forward, law enforcement will have to report any investigative findings back to the school superintendent and the principal. This all required by Virginia law. The rule goes for any criminal investigation on campus, including sexual assaults. In the studio, I'm Randy Bass for DC News Now.
Randy, thank you. And developing now, a family in Potomac, Maryland is left without a home after their house caught fire. Montgomery Fire says it happened on Brickyard Court around 10:30 last night. No one was injured. Fire and EMS say the fire caused around $2 million worth of damage. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Also developing now, D.C. officials investigating what led to a man driving his truck into the Potomac River. National Park Service has now confirmed the truck is an NPS service maintenance vehicle. This happened last night near Ohio Drive and Buckeye Drive in Southwest. D.C. Fire and EMS had to perform a water rescue for the driver. Officials say he was not seriously injured. Well, for people with Medicaid, you can enroll in coverage all year round, but it has gotten harder for people after the auto renewal process ended. Our Michaela Newton tells us how this has affected thousands of people in Frederick, Maryland.
Applying for insurance can be tricky for many people, and this year a COVID-19 pandemic policy came to an end for people covered by Medicaid. The Maryland Department of Health are telling Marylanders who have Medicaid to check in and update their information. The state health department reported over 34,000 people were disenrolled from Medicaid. Ken Oldham, president and CEO of the United Way of Frederick County, says people that live in Alice households or households that do not earn enough to afford basic necessities are the ones most impacted.
The tragic thing is that the automatic renewals were working. We had a lot of individuals that were getting coverage that never had it before, and now thousands upon thousands of households don't have the coverage they once had.
But here's the good news. People who had Medicaid who lost their coverage have 120 days to get their insurance back. And if someone is no longer eligible, they might be able to file an appeal. In the state of Maryland, 1.8 million people are on Medicaid. And Marylanders who are no longer eligible for Medicaid coverage should visit Maryland Health Connections at the link right there on your screen for more information on the options available for low or no cost coverage. Reporting in the studio, I'm Michaela Newton for DC News Now.